I've tested more than 30 different Forex brokers, and in this video I'm going to tell you why HeroFX is by far the best Forex broker for scalping on the entire market. More specifically, first I'm gonna give you an overview of this broker. Then I'm going to log in my account to give you a tour of the backend and to show you all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. And finally, I'm gonna tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons of this broker. If at any point during this video you also would like to try HeroFX, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. Using that link will allow you to create an account, taking advantage of any bonus or promotion currently available. So, if you're serious about trying the best Forex broker for scalping, I suggest use that link. And now, let's start with the video. So, I'm currently on the home page of HeroFX, and the first thing that we can see is that this broker offers raw spreads, zero commission, and fast and secure withdrawals. Not only that, if we scroll a bit down, we can also see that they have spread starting at minus 0.4. And personally, this is the main reason why I think that HeroFX is the best Forex broker for scalping. In fact, as I show you later, this is probably the only broker on the market, or at least the only broker that I'm aware of, that offer negative spreads. So this means that when you open a position, you are immediately in profit, contrary to all the other brokers where as soon as you open the position you are immediately negative and you need to wait for the price to move before you are in profit. With HeroFX this never happens if you pick one of the pairs that have negative spreads. They also offer a maximum leverage of up to 1 to 500, you can trade micro lots, you can trade more than 107 different instruments, and they offer 24/7 real human support. When it comes to trading accounts, HeroFX currently offers 4 different accounts. You have the Hero 10x account, the zero commission account, the raw spread account, and the Islamic account. So the Hero 10x account is something really interesting, and in my opinion is perfect if you have a tight budget. In fact, by selecting this type of account, your trading capital is going to be 10x. But don't worry, because later on I'm gonna give you more information about this account and I'm gonna show you all its specific features. The second account that you can pick is a zero commission account. This specific account has a low spread starting at 1.0 pips. You have zero commission, you can use it with expert advisor, you are able to trade more than 117 symbols, the maximum leverage is up to 1 to 500, and to use it you are required to make a minimum deposit of $5. The next account is the raw spread account, which is the account that I personally use and also the account that I recommend you to use if you are a scalper. This specific account have raw spread starting at minus 0.4 pips, the commission start at $1 per lot, you can use it with expert advisor, you are able to trade more than 170 symbols, the maximum leverage available is 1 to 500, and also in this case you need to deposit at least $5 to be able to use it. The next account is the Islamic account. This specific account has spread starting at 1.0 pips, the commission start at $1 per lot, it can be used with expert advisor, you are able to trade more than 170 symbols, the maximum leverage is up to 1 to 500, you need to deposit at least $5 to use it, and the main feature of this account is that it's not subject to swap or interest adjustments. Now, going back to the Hero 10x account, I would like to give you more information about it because in my opinion this type of account is something groundbreaking, and similar to the negative spreads is something that I haven't seen any other Forex broker use. So basically this type of account, as I told you before, 10x your trading capital, give you access to 100% of your profits without needing to jump through hoops or worrying about restrictive rules. More specifically, the way this account works is that as soon as you make a deposit, your capital is 10x instantly. So for example, if you deposit $50, you're going to unlock $500 in trading capital, or if you deposit $100,000, you're going to unlock $1 million in trading capital. By the way, $1 million is also the maximum capital allocation that you can get with this type of account. After you make your deposit, the capital is going to be available immediately. In fact, you don't need to go any challenge or evaluation. And in my opinion, the best aspect of this type of account is that, as I told you before, you are able to keep 100% of your profits. In fact, there are no profit splits. Every dollar that you earn with your enhanced capital is gonna be yours. Not only that, you are also able to withdraw whenever you want. You don't need to reach a specific threshold, or you don't have any limitation in the amount of withdrawals that you can do. Every time you feel like withdrawing your money, you are able to do it without any limitation. Finally, the only rules that you need to follow is a 10% static drawdown. So this means that if, for example, you deposit $1,000, your trading capital is going to be immediately 10x to $10,000. Now, to keep your account, your total equity should never go below $9,000 because the difference between $9,000 and $10,000 is $1,000, which is 10% of your total capital under management. So this is the only rules that you need to follow, and if you're familiar with prop firms, you probably know that this is a far better deals because you only need to worry about one single rules. So now that I give you a complete overview of HeroFX, let me log in my account to give you a tour of the backend and show you all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. I'm currently inside my HeroFX account, and the first time that you log in into your backend, you're gonna be required to complete the Know Your Customer verification. Don't worry, because the process is really straightforward, and the only reason why you need to go through it is because HeroFX is only available for people that are older than 18 years old, and so doing the Know Your Customer verification, they can verify that you are old enough to use the platform. And another positive feature about HeroFX is that they basically don't have any limitation when it comes to countries. In fact, if for example you are from United States, you are from Canada, you are from all the major European country, you are able to use this platform without any limitation. Now, as soon as you log in, as you can see here, you're gonna be redirected into your account section. Here I can basically have a recap of all the accounts that I have. So as you can see here, I have my live account. These are both raw account because this is the way that I prefer to trade. And if I keep scrolling down here, I can also see my demo account. If for example I would like to open a new account, I just need to click here where it says plus trade locker account, click on it, and here as you can see I can pick the various account. I cannot open another raw account because I already reached the maximum limit, but if I want, for example, I can open a trade locker 0 account. I just need to click on it, agree, click on create account, and as you can see the account is being created. I can click deposit if I want to deposit money into the account, or if I click here where it says return to accounts, I get redirected to the dashboard with all my accounts, and as you can see the new accounts has now appeared here at the bottom. Same things if I want to open a new demo account, and same things if I want to use Hero 10x. In fact, currently as you can see I don't have any Hero 10x account, but in case I wanted to open one, I just need to click on this button, follow the instruction, and I'm gonna have a Hero 10x account activated. Another thing that you can do from this section is deposit money into the account or do withdrawals from them. Now, talking about deposit and withdrawals, another thing that I would like to point out is that if you go here when it says wallet, you can get a recap of all the transactions inside your account. And here, as you can see, I deposit money multiple times, and I was also able to withdraw money multiple times. And to me, this is really important because it doesn't matter if a broker a really good trading condition if then you are not able to withdraw the money that you earn. And here, I just wanted to show you proof that HeroFX not only allow you to deposit, not only allow you to trade with some of the best condition on the market when it comes to Forex, but most importantly, they also allow you to withdraw your profit. And another positive feature is that personally, I never had to wait more than 10, maximum 15 minutes to get the money directly accredited into my crypto wallet. Now, talking about deposit and withdrawal, here on the left, as you can see, if I click on deposit, I'm gonna get access to all the deposit method. There are all the major cryptocurrencies, and something that I really appreciate is that, as you can see here, you're also able to deposit money using your card, Apple Pay and Google Pay, which to me is a huge positive because in case you don't have a crypto wallet or maybe you're not familiar with cryptocurrencies, you are still able to fund your account. Below the deposit section, you have the opportunity to do internal transfer, so you can move money from one account to the other, and below it, if you click on withdraw, you have the opportunity to make your withdraw. In this specific case, as you can see, only cryptocurrencies are allowed, but personally I don't think this is a con, but is actually a pro, because thanks to cryptocurrencies, I always receive my withdrawals in 10, maximum 15 minutes. Below, you have the opportunity to download the trading platform. Currently, HeroFX only supports Trade Locker, as you can see, and you can trade both on your desktop, on your iOS, on the web trader, and also on Android. Below it, here where it says articles, you have access to a news feed that basically highlight a few of the most important news, in this case related to HeroFX, so you can always be updated on what is going on the broker and if there are any new promotion that you should be aware of. And you also have access to the calendar. Again, this is nothing groundbreaking. In fact, most broker also give you access to this feature, but of course it's always nice when you can access it directly inside your backend. More specifically, here where there is this globe, if you click on it, you have the opportunity to filter by country. So let's say for example that I only want to see the news from United States of America. I just need to click on this button, click on apply, and as you can see now I'm only seeing news related to United States, and if I click here I also have the opportunity to filter by importance. So for example in this case I'm only looking at high importance news, which are usually the news that are more likely to influence the price. Lastly, here where it says additional, you also have the opportunity to contact the support team. Personally, I only had one instance where I needed to contact the support team, and I was pleasantly surprised because in probably 1 hour to maximum 2 hours, they replied to me and my issues was completely solved. Not only that, you also have the opportunity to come here where there is this little chat button and chat with a live customer service agent. So no matter what is your problem, you can either contact them through this button, or if it is something urgent and something that you would like to get fixed immediately, you can also contact the live customer support. Now that I give you a tour of the backend, let me log in inside my Trade Locker account to give you an idea of all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. This is my Trade Locker account that I have with EuroFX. As you can see here on the left side, this is a live account, and here currently I'm looking at the Forex major, and what you might immediately notice is that the spreads are incredibly good. In fact, most of the Forex major, as you can see, have negative spreads, and a lot of them have spreads that range between 0 and 2. So the spreads when it comes to Forex major are incredibly good. Also, if you want to have a look at Forex minor, as you can see also in this case, most of the spreads are single digits, and in certain instances, as you can see here, even negative. Let's say for example, EuroCAD spread of 4 or 5, JBP AUD spread of 6, 7, JBP New Zealand dollar spread in this case is a bit higher, as you've seen for a brief moment, but again the average is always around 1 digit. And if we keep scrolling down, as you can see, Euro JBP spread of 0, CAD JPY spread of 2, 3. So the spreads also for Forex minor, in my personal opinion, are extremely good. And now something that I was pleasantly surprised about are the spreads for Forex exotic. In fact, I know a lot of Forex traders that usually avoid this pair simply because the spreads are too wide and don't give you a lot of opportunity for profitable trades, especially if you are a scalper. Well, with EuroFX, as you can see here, for certain pairs you can get negative spreads, and for a lot of others the spread is actually single digits. Of course, there is going to be certain pairs where the spread is higher regardless, even if this broker give you really good condition. But as you can see, for example, CAD Singaporean dollars, you have a spread of around 0 or also -1. Hong Kong dollars JPY spread of -15. So as you can see, also when it comes to Forex exotics, the spreads are good enough to give you the opportunity to take advantage of any setup that might appear in these specific pairs. Now let's have a look at gold, because of course this is another pairs that is traded really commonly, and as you can see here, currently on gold we have a spread of 0. And again, if you're familiar with other Forex brokers, you know that that's something really rare. And as you can see, currently is moving, but it's still a single digit spreads on gold. Again, if you're a scalper, if you're somebody that trade this pair, this is something that you cannot miss out on. Next, let's have a look at indices, because again, this is another popular category of instruments. Let's say for example S&P 500 currently a spread of 2, NAS 100 spread of 52. This is probably a bit higher compared to all the others that we have seen, but still manageable. US 30 spread of 70, UK 100 spread of 30. So as you can see, the spreads when it comes to EuroFX raw account are really good in my humble opinion, especially if you're somebody that trade Forex major. This is basically a no-brainer. Look at this, you have negative spreads on all this pair, and as I told you, this means that as soon as you open your trade, you're immediately going to be in profit. You're gonna see the green number instead of seeing the red numbers that you might be more used to. Now that I give you a complete overview of EuroFX, I log in my account to give you a tour of the backend, and I also show you all the instruments that you can trade and the spreads that you can expect to get. Let me tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about this broker. When it comes to pros, I will say that the first one is definitely the low spreads, or better said, the negative spreads. In fact, as we have just seen, for a lot of instruments you can enjoy negative spreads, and for the majority of them you're gonna have single digit spreads, which of course this is a huge pro, especially if you're a scalper, which usually is somebody that want to be able to profit even from the smallest price movement. The second pro of EuroFX, in my opinion, is the Euro 10x account. In fact, this type of account gives you the opportunity to 10x your buying power. So even if you have a small capital to start trading, you're gonna immediately receive a boost. And not only that, you are able to withdraw all the profits that you generate without any limitation, and the only rule that you need to follow is a 10% static drawdown. So in my opinion, this is a no-brainer, especially if you're somebody that was considering trading with a prop firm, because this is by far a better deal. The third pro of this broker are the fast withdrawals. In fact, in this case, I can talk from first-hand experience, and every time I requested a withdrawal, I never have to wait more than 10 to 15 minutes to get the money deposited inside my crypto wallet. And to me, this is a huge pro, because it means that all the profits that you generate inside the market are basically immediately available. The fourth and last pro of FearFX is the fact that all countries are accepted. In fact, as I told you before, the only reason why you need to go through the Know Your Customer verification is to make sure that you are at least 18 years old, but beside that, no matter where you are from, you're gonna be able to create an account on FearFX and start trading. Now, let's talk about the cons of FearFX. Personally, the only cons that I found while using this broker is the fact that TradeLocker is the only trading platform available. Now, for many traders, this won't be a major issue since they are already familiar with it, but for others, especially those who are more used to platforms like MetaTrader 5 or CTrader, it might take some time to adjust. But in my opinion, this shouldn't take a lot of time, especially because TradeLocker is really user-friendly and intuitive. And most importantly, considering how good the trading conditions of FearFX are, it might also be worth it. So, there you have it. This was my review of FearFX, which in my opinion is the best Forex broker for scalping. As I told at the beginning, if you also would like to try it, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. Using that link will allow you to create an account, taking advantage of any bonus or promotion currently available. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!